Shalom, shalom, family. This is your girl Sade with a new slide today on Romans 11:25 through 26. And the reason I picked this verse, um, this chapter and two verses, is because you have mainstream Christians, and I'm not saying Christian in a negative way, but Christians, um, theologians, um, um, apologetic groups, Christian groups, and I hear a lot of debates and stuff. But I just wanted to share my understanding according to the scriptures that I have researched and read. And this is just I'm going to be just mentioning a couple of scriptures. There's a lot of scripture I could share, but I don't want to make this a really long um, study. So I'm basically just focusing on the word Gentile in verses 25 and 26. So if we can clear up who the Gentiles is in Romans 11, then we'll know who Paul's talking to all through the whole chapter of Romans 11. So I'm going to look at two verses, 25, 26. This is going to be my third attempt on this. I keep forgetting information. So this is my third attempt, hopefully my last. So let's start with verse 25. It says, "For I would not, brethren, that ye be ignorant of this mystery, lest ye should be wise in your own conceit, that blindness in part has happened to Israel until the fullness of the Gentiles be come in." Verse 6, "And so all Israel shall be saved, as it is written, there shall come out of Zion the deliverer, and shall turn away ungodliness from Jacob." Jacob represents the whole house of Israel, northern and southern kingdom. And we're going to see that in the next couple of scriptures I'm going to be sharing regarding the northern and southern kingdom, along with Ezekiel, Isaiah, Hosea, and Romans 9. Okay, next slide. So who is Israel in this passage in verse 25 and 26? So when Paul or Shaul says Israel, he's speaking covenantly, meaning the whole house of Israel, which once included the southern kingdom, the house of Judah, which was Judah, Benjamin, and some Levites; the northern kingdom, the house of Israel, or Ephraim, the 10 tribes that was exiled and scattered. So when Paul says all Israel shall be saved, he's referring to the reunification of both houses, a fulfillment of many Old Testament prophecy, which I'm going to share too. One is in Ezekiel 37:15 through 28. I'm going to go to that verse. So that would be Ezekiel. I put up another one too, just in case. So that's why I'm taking a little longer. So Ezekiel 37. I'm going to start at 15, but I'm going to jump down to 20 or 21. So verse 15 says, "The word of Yahweh came again unto me, saying, Moreover, thou son of man, take thee one stick and write it upon it, and write upon it for Judah and for the children of Israel." Drink me some water real quick. Oh, I'm so sorry. My throat is dry. "And then take another stick and write upon it for Joseph, the stick of Ephraim, and for all the house of Israel." Companion. We'll jump down to 21. "And say unto them, Thus saith Yahweh Elohim, Behold, I will take the children of Israel from among the heathens, whether they be gone, and will gather them on every side and bring them unto their own land." 22. "And I will make them one nation in the land upon the mountain of Israel, and one king shall be king to them all. And there shall be no more two nations, neither shall they divide into two kingdoms any more at all." Again, going back to the southern kingdom, the house of Judah; the northern kingdom, the house of Ephraim / the house of Israel / Ephraim. 23, neither shall they defile themselves any more with their idols, nor with their detestable things, nor with any of their transgression. But I will save them out of all their dwelling places where they have sinned, and will cleanse them. So shall they be my people, and I will be their God. So it's talking about also some of Judah was also scattered too, of course, scattered. Um, let's find that in Isaiah 11:12. So let me go to Isaiah 11:12. That was Ezekiel. I just went through verses 23. You can read from 15 to 28. So now let's go to Isaiah. Sorry, I always get this mixed up. Okay, so Isaiah. I don't know what's going on with my throat. Verse 12. It says, I'm sorry. And he shall set up an ensign for the nations, and shall assemble the outcasts of Israel, and gather together the dispersed of Judah from the four corners of the earth. So that means that Israel, the house of Israel, which is the northern kingdom, and the house of Judah, with the southern kingdom, they are scattered. It says again in 12, and he shall set up an ensign for the nations, and shall assemble the outcasts of Israel, and gather together the dispersed of Judah from the four corners of the earth. So the northern kingdom was considered the outcasts, and this the dispersed of Judah was in the four corners. According to verse 12. It says in 13, it says, then the envy also Ephraim shall depart, and the adversary of Judah shall be cut off. Ephraim shall not envy Judah, and Judah shall not vex Ephraim. So that tells you today that they are still bickering amongst each other in the nations where they've been scattered. Because he said that they will no more vex or envy each other. So they must be vexing each other today, and they are envying each other today. So that's still going on. So I'm not going to read through the whole thing. Actually, they were just 12 and 13. Okay, next slide. I'm so sorry, my throat is what's going on. The devil is a liar. Okay, who are the Gentiles in verse 25? Point one, this is where it gets powerful. Point two, most mainstream Christianity sees Gentile as non-Israelite nation, but in Hebraic understanding and prophetic context, Gentile or Greek ethnos mean nation, just simply means nation. Doesn't mean any particular nation. It can just mean nations, or it can be talking about a nation of people or nations. But Greek, it says, and ethnos means nations, often refers to the scattered northern kingdom, Ephraim, who had lost their identity and become like the Gentiles. Now we're going to go to Hosea, verse 1 through 9 and 10. So Hosea, verse 1, 9 and 10 says, and then said Elohim, call him name Lo-Ami, for ye are not my people. That's what it means. Lo-Ami means you are not my people, and I will not be your God. And 10, yet the number of children of Israel shall be as the sand of the sea, which cannot be measured nor numbered. And it shall come to pass that in the place where it was said unto them, ye are not my people, that's going back to verse 9, there it shall be said unto them, ye are the sons of the living Elohim. So those Gentiles in verse 25 is talking about the northern and the southern kingdom. And this, okay, so go on to say, who are the Gentiles in verse 25? I'm so sorry. We'll go back to, Gentiles in verse 25. Still talking about the northern and southern kingdom. It says, you are not my people. That's Hosea 1. I just read Hosea 1, chapter 1, verse 9 and 10. You are not my people, yet the number of children of Israel shall be the sand of the sea, and it shall be said to them, you are sons of the living God. The same northern kingdom is said to become Lo-Ami, meaning not my people, but will later be restored. That's why Paul quotes Hosea earlier in Romans 9. Let's go to Romans 9, 25 and 26. Yeah. Okay, Romans 9, and it would be verse 25 and 26. 25 says, and he said, also in Osee, meaning Osea or Hosea, I will call them my people, which were not my people, and her beloved, which was not beloved. And it shall come to pass that in the place where it was said unto them, Ye are not my people, there shall they be called the children of the living God. So Paul is quoting in verses 25 and 26 and Hosea chapter 1, verse 9 and 10. Was that, yeah, was that, let's go back to that. Yeah, I think it's Hosea. It would be Hosea, verse 1, and that would be 9 and 10. So that's what Paul was quoting in verse 9, Romans 9. um, Romans 9, verses 25 and 26. Paul was quoting Hosea chapter 1, verse 9 and 10. It says, so when Paul speaks of the fullness of the Gentile in Romans 11:25, it can be understood as until the full number of the scattered. This is what it's saying. Essence what it's saying in 25, Romans 11. Until the full number of the scattered, lost tribe, especially Ephraim, returns to covenant and is gathered in. That fits perfectly with Genesis 48:19, where Jacob prophesies over Ephraim. And this is what he says: his descendants shall become a multitude of nations. Hebrews Melo or Hagim, same phrase Paul used. Next slide. So all Israel shall be saved, Judah plus Ephraim. Point one, this is a prophetic picture of restoration. Again, going to be found in Ezekiel, Jeremiah, and Zechariah. Point two, a spiritual blindness, especially among the southern kingdom. Judah will remain until the scattered Israelite tribes among the nation come back to the fold. Point three, then the Messiah, the deliverer from Zion, will bring unity, forgiveness, and full restoration to both houses. Four, this direct ties to 5, Ezekiel 37:15-28. The two sticks become one in God's hand. 6, Jeremiah 31:31. A renewed covenant with both houses. And Zechariah 10:6. And let's go to Zechariah 10:6. Says, and I will strengthen the house of Judah, and I will save the house of Joseph, and I will place and bring them again to place them, for I have mercy upon them, and they shall be as though I had not cast them off. For I am Yahweh their Elohim, and I will hear them. Okay, that is found in Zechariah 10:6. I will strengthen the house of Judah and will save the house of Joseph. Next slide. Okay, so final thought. The Gentiles in Romans 11:25 can prophetically include the lost 10 tribes of Israel, especially Ephraim, who became scattered among the nations and were generalized or became Gentiles. All Israel shall be saved referred to the reunion and redemption of both Judah and Ephraim as prophesied throughout the Hebrew scriptures. Like I said, there's a lot of scriptures I can share. A lot of scriptures. But I just thought I'd share those. The ones I did share were just to show you the house of Judah and the house of Israel, and how Paul was speaking, referring back to the Old Testament or the prophets of old. And that's what exactly Christ did as well. He always went back to the prophets in the Old Testament or the Torah, because there was no New Testament during that time. So they were teaching from the old scrolls and from the teachers and from the prophets and the seers. So anyways, I hope you all got some understanding. If you want to share scriptures If you want to make comments, just share your comments and your scriptures, and I'd be more than happy to look at them. But I'm just only showing you what I believe that Romans 11:25-26 is saying regarding the Gentiles in this context. So, anyways, I'm going to go ahead and get off here, and I see you all in the next slide. Shalom, and have a blessed evening.